Cooperation Organization is going on for 2 days actually, and just 1 hour ago we watched the signing of Belarus. The Belarus finally joined the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
Yes, and we witnessed the ceremony, also the signing ceremony of how the member states ratified and agreed on Belarus to become the 10th member state of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And now we see that the member states, after 2 hours of negotiating, have come to the conclusion of preliminary, already final agreements on SCO Summit 2024. And earlier we've seen on Kazinform agency the information that within the SCO Summit the member states concluded 2 agreements on ecology, and the first one is the program on cooperation in the field of environment security, and the second one is a document which concerns the question of effective energy and nature resources.
Yes, now you can see the image from the main hall of the summit of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. You can witness the ceremony of signing the final agreements, as my colleague already mentioned, the final agreements of the SCO summit. These agreements are set to strengthen and deepen the regional cooperation of SCO member states in various areas, including energy, diplomacy, infrastructure,
economy, trade,
of course, logistics,
ecology, and I think the member states have focused on the security area, as we have heard from the speeches of the leaders of the member states. The president of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev, mentioned that within the ongoing geopolitical tensions in the world, the common efforts of Shanghai Cooperation Organization members are as never have been before unified and have been so much important. And President of Russia outlined that there is a need of working on regional contacts for Afghanistan, and as well as to take into account the situation in Middle Eastern area. And Kazakhstan during its presidency proposed several initiatives in the area of security, which are the documents, the program on the fight against the fight of the terrorism, separatism and extremism, which, as President Tokayev called as the 3 forces of evil, as well as to adopt the anti-drug strategy.
Yes, and now the signing ceremonies of the agreements is still continuing. Fueled by the so-called Shanghai spirit, the SCO has been a crucial platform for strengthening security cooperation in our region. This tendency was continued during Kazakhstan's chairmanship too. Cultural and humanitarian cooperation also takes center stage at the SCO, aims to build bridges between its diverse cultures. This year's summit includes sessions dedicated to increasing cultural exchanges and educational opportunities, reinforcing the idea of the diplomacy and intercultural understanding as a key to solving many regional challenges. It was mentioned that along with the summit Astana, it was mentioned before, yes, by my colleagues, that the President of China, Xi Jinping, who is also participating at the summit, he visited Kazakhstan with state visit. It's his 5th visit to Kazakhstan, and now you can also see him right on the big round table at the main hall. The leaders of the member states are signing various documents aimed to strengthen cooperation and deepen the Shanghai SCO integration, actually.
And let me also outline that President of Kyrgyz Republic Sadir Japarov, in his speech of the 24th meeting of the Council of Member States of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, mentioned that during these geopolitical tensions, as well as the threats from the climate change, the efforts, the combined efforts of SCO member states are very important, and thus the mechanism to protect and to be against these concerns are very valuable.
Yes, and let us take a step back to the history of organization. Preceded by the Shanghai 5 mechanism, the SCO was founded in Shanghai by China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan on June 15, 2001.
And we have some updates from the SCO Summit 2024. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, the president of Kazakhstan, greeted his colleagues and counterparts from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization for common support of Kazakh candidate to become the chairman of Secretary General of SCO, and I think that's a great achievement of this meeting so far.
Indeed, it is really a great achievement. And now we're receiving the image from the main hall at the Independence Palace.
And President Tokayev also mentioned some results of the presidency of Kazakhstan at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization within this year, from last July to this July. And the Kazakh president says that the country so far has held 150 events on various fields, as well as the document basement for the Shanghai Cooperation member states have reached the number of 60. So before we were saying that the countries are expected to sign 28 documents, and now we can see that the number of documents has increased, and that is also, I think, quite fruitful results of this summit. And now we can see that the countries are still signing the documents, and soon we will be able to see the list of them, and to see the details of them, and to see how they will strengthen, in what they will be focused.
Yes, before the signing the agreements, the leaders of the member states gave speeches at the SCO summit, including President of Republic of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, acting President of Iran, Mohammad Mokhber, of course the President of People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping. All of them and other leaders of member states gave significant speeches about strengthening our bilateral relations within the SCO organization.
And as far as I can see from updates on the SCO summit, President Tokayev informed that there is a renovation of work for the special working group on investments, as well as there is a positive dynamics in the development of national currencies. Earlier, let me remind you that SCO member states were trying to adopt national currencies to work within the member states, dialogue partners and observers, and now Kazakh president has confirmed that this initiative has been progressed during this chairmanship. And there is still Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Astana going on among the member states by now. But we still expect dialogue partners to join them for other engagements on multilateral level.
The signing ceremony is still continuing. Many documents have been signed today at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. Let me remind you that this is the 24th summit of SCO, and it's a big diplomatic win for Kazakhstan to hold this big event, this political event in the capital of Kazakhstan, in Astana.
And as it was expected, the SCO summit was focused on security, as I mentioned before, and President of Kyrgyz Republic, Sadyr Japarov, mentioned not only the military, perhaps, threats that coming from around the world, but also the cyber security is quite important for all the participants, and thus he proposed to initiate and open a center of international management against cybersecurity in Bishkek. That is something what has just come from the central hall of the Palace of Independence, the venue for Shanghai Cooperation Organization 2024. And let me remind you that this is Silk TV channel today on July 4th, broadcasting live from SCO Summit 2024, which has been set to be in Astana, and the next chairmanship goes to China. And now we can see the President Tokayev signing the documents.
And I guess, Baljan, we have to emphasize that this summit is actually a big political event for Kazakhstan, for Astana. Kazakhstan consistently promotes a policy of peaceful cooperation with all power centers simultaneously. And therefore the presence of largest global and regional players is so important and is so symbolic. The SCO's importance in world affairs is growing so steadily, and the value of the summit in Astana has grown exponentially.
And President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, outlined the key destinations in which SCO member states have to be focused. And the first, President called the strengthening of mutual trust and cooperation in the field of safety and security. And the second priority destination for the cooperation, President called the expanding of trade and economic connections and connectivity. And separately, the head of state of Kazakhstan stopped on the need to reform and modernize the SCO. And earlier we mentioned that Kazakhstan initiated the new strategy of SCO development vision, and perhaps we will be able to soon be informed that this strategy perhaps were concluded, or some of its points at least.
Yes, it is true. And now you just witness two presidents, the president of China, Xi Jinping,
and President of Belarus,
and President of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko.
This is I think one of the first news which comes from this summit, that Belarus has become the 10th member state of SCO.
Yes, Belarus is the new member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and the number of members of the SCO now is 10, actually.
Yes, indeed, it is 10. The SCO comprised 10 member states and 14 dialogue partners, but let's see, there is still a summit going on. Maybe we will have some new announcement that new countries are applying for member states for full membership or observer to get the observer or dialogue partners status.
Let us talk more a little bit about the policies and the goals of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Some experts says that the summit plans to review the status of multilateral cooperation and its prospects, its focus on SCO's role in world affairs, actually, and considerable attention will be devoted to the SCO's continued expansion. And we just witnessed the example of expansion. Once again, it was Belarus. The geopolitical upheavals of 2022 has led to serious structural shifts in the international system, which on the one hand further increases the importance of the SEO, and on the other hand is a powerful incentive for the development of the organization.
Yes, and this year during the chairmanship of Kazakhstan, the SEO Almaty was declared as the culture capital of SEO, and this is what also President Tokayev outlined during his speech speaking today. And let me also give some updates on the SEO summit results, and as far as I can see, they not only focused on trade and energy and
logistics,
but also on the humanitarian connections between the two countries. They say that they have to put more efforts in order to strengthen their cooperation in this field.
Yes. Earlier on the summit, the head of state, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, he specifically outlined the need to reform and modernize the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay, now we see that we can see that the signing, the ceremony of signing agreements is over, and now the leaders are leaving the main hall, actually. So
now I think we're ready to announce that we have been all day at the SEO Summit having exclusive interviews with distinguished guests from SEO Summit, and one of them we will be broadcasting right now. Who is this and what is it about?
Earlier today we managed to record an exclusive interview with Miroslav Yencha, who is Assistant Secretary General in the United Nations. We talked to him and he shared the United Nations view on the role of the SEO in promoting regional stability. Let's take a look. We keep broadcasting live from the Silkway Mobile TV studio, and here with me my honored guest is Miroslav Yencha, the Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations. So thank you for joining us, and let me start our conversation with this question. How does the United Nations view the role and significance of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in promoting regional stability and security?
Thank you very much, and good morning to all your viewers. It is a real pleasure and honor to accompany Secretary General in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit that is taking place in this beautiful capital of Kazakhstan, Astana. I would say that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization has been growing when it comes to members. Now it is the biggest organization in the world when it comes to population, but it has also been steadily growing in importance as very important global player. From that perspective, I would say that it is very difficult to overestimate the role of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Because as we see by its membership and also the agenda of the summit, it covers global issues and definitely can play very important role, is playing and can play even more important role when it comes to resolution of the most difficult conflicts, issues globally. From that perspective, for the United Nations, Shanghai Cooperation Organization is extremely important partner. Secretary General, by participating in the summit, is also showing his attention and his appreciation of the role of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Also, I would like to add that in the United Nations, we pay a lot of attention to regional organizations because we feel that regional organizations, and it is in line with the Charter of the United Nations, are playing very important role in international arena, and especially when it comes to the developments within the region they cover. So Secretary General has been maintaining very close cooperation with Secretaries General of the organization and also member states, and is planning to do it also in the future. I would also like to underline that we are preparing for the summit of the future, convened by the Secretary General, that is going to take place back to back with the high-level week of the General Assembly in September. This summit is expected to shape vision for the future, strengthened multilateralism, adherence to international law, the Charter of the United Nations, and the ways how to deal with the most difficult issues in the world. It's have been playing very important role in the process of preparation of the Summit of the Future.
How do you think, what are the primary challenges that UN and SCO faces now in these joint efforts to cooperation in these geopolitical shifts? How do you think?
I think that both Shanghai Cooperation Organization and the United Nations as the global, very unique platform are doing its best to strengthen the, let's say, adherence to the international law, to the Charter of the United Nations as the basis for the cooperation among states. We are faced with the challenge of erosion of multilateralism. And I think that the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is showing a very important example to strengthen multilateralism, adherence to international law, human rights, humanitarian law including. And then we are also faced with very difficult challenges in the world. It is the global governance. It is about reforms of, also United Nations Security Council. Then challenges in economic, social area. So we appreciate also strong support of Shanghai Cooperation Organization for Sustainable Development Goals, Agenda 2030. There is a huge challenge caused by climate change. I think that we need to unite our efforts to jointly address those challenges.
Thank you very much for your time for this interview. That's it, our dear viewers, for today. For now, actually, it was Miroslav Viencha, the Assistant Secretary General at the United Nations. We will go back to you as soon as possible. Please keep watching us on Silkway TV channel.
Біріккен ұлттар ұйымының бас хатшысы Антонио Гутерриш.
Good afternoon, my friend. Dear Secretary General. Thank you very much. Let's have a photo. Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support. This way.
Біріккен Араб Әмірліктері Жоғарғы Федералдық кеңесінің мүшесі, Рас Аль-Хайма әмірлігінің билеушісі Шейх Сауд бен Сакр Аль-Қасими.
Now we can see the welcoming ceremony is continuing. The president is receiving new guests, and here you can see the Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov. He is chairman of the People's Council of Turkmenistan and of course the former president of Turkmenistan. He has been a key figure in shaping Turkmenistan's domestic and foreign policies. Known for his focus on neutrality and economic development, Berdimuhamedov has sought to strengthen regional cooperation within the SCO framework. Turkmenistan, although not an SCO member, actively participate in
ұмтылу тақырыбына арналып отыр. Жаһандық өзекті мәселелерді талқылау үшін елордаға 16 елдің мемлекет және үкімет басшылары, бірқатар халықаралық ұйымдар келді. Сондай-ақ 700-ден астам шетелдік және 200 шақты жергілікті тілші Шанхай ынтымақтастық ұйымы саммитінен жаһанға жаңалық таратуда. Астанадағы Шанхай ынтымақтастық ұйымының саммитінде Беларусь ресми түрде ұйым мүшесі болып қабылданды. Осыған орай Қасым-Жомарт Тоқаев әріптесі Александр Лукашенконы құттықтады. Ол Беларусьтің аз уақыт ішінде Шанхай ынтымақтастық ұйымына мүше болуға қажет рәсімдерді аяқтағанын атап өтті. Осылайша Астанадағы саммит Шанхай ондығы форматында жұмысын бастады. Естеріңізге сала кетейік, осыған дейін Александр Лукашенко ресми Минсктің Шанхай ынтымақтастық ұйымының бастамаларына қызығушылық танытатын және ел сатылы түрде мүшелікке ұмтылғанын
Palace to meet Kassym-Jomart Tokayev.
And the president of Mongolia is dedicated to advancing Mongolia's interest on the international stage, particularly through regional organizations like the SCO in Mongolia. An observer state in the SCO actively participates in various economic and security initiatives. And earlier we've seen that President Tokayev has already held bilateral meeting with the Mongolian president. And let me add also that the president of Mongolia has been instrumental in promoting Mongolia's connectivity and trade with Central Asian countries, including Kazakhstan.
Another vehicle just approached the SCO summit building. It is President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev. Ilham Aliyev is a key figure in the South Caucasus.
Әлі де ауқымды жұмыс атқаруға, соның ішінде экономикалық және инвестициялық байланыстарды одан әрі нығайтуға тиіс екендігін атап айтты. Ресей президенті Владимир Путинмен кездесуде Қасым-Жомарт Тоқаев солтүстіктегі көршіміздің Шанхай рухын нығайту ісіне және ұйымға мүше елдермен көпжақты ынтымақтастықты дамытуға айтарлықтай үлес қосқанын атап өтті. Бұдан бөлек мемлекет
Full member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization, but a dialogue partner. But Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan have regular bilateral cooperation and together communicate within the CIC as well.
Yes, it is true. Azerbaijan, under the leadership of Aliyev, Azerbaijan has strengthened its ties with Kazakhstan in energy, trade, transportation, and his presence at the summit signifies Azerbaijan's commitment to enhancing its role within the SCO and fostering regional stability and economic growth.
Sorry, Daria, now we have the next guest, I guess from Turkey. I have seen the red flag. Am I right? Yes, it is Turkey, and today the president of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, is presenting at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit. It's known that the Turkish leader arrived to Astana earlier to have bilateral discussions with President Tokayev, and now Turkey is one of the main trade partners of Kazakhstan, and two countries do also together communicate and have contacts within the organization of Turkic states, and now Turkey is not a full member of Shanghai Cooperation Organization but a dialogue partner.
Yes, the presence of the President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, at the summit underscores Turkey's strategic interest in Central Asia and its commitment to contributing to regional stability and prosperity.
And here is another cortege arriving to the venue of Shanghai Cooperation Organization in Astana. It now consists of 10 member states and 14 dialogue partners, and now we are witnessing the welcoming ceremony of dialogue partners just before their main session on the SCO summit.
Now I guess we can see that this is the Emir of the State of Qatar just arrived. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, the Emir of Qatar, is a prominent leader in international diplomacy and economic development. Qatar has shown a growing interest in the SCO, seeking to enhance cooperation with member states, including Kazakhstan. Under his leadership, Qatar has pursued initiatives in energy, finance, and infrastructure that align with the SCO's goals of regional development. The Emir's participation in the summit highlights Qatar's commitment to fostering closer ties with Central Asia and Kazakhstan in particular.
And State of Qatar became the dialogue partner of Shanghai Cooperation Organization just recently in 2022, and thus the Shanghai Cooperation Organization expanded beyond the Eurasian region and also included some participants from Middle Eastern region. And today Silkwood TV channel is broadcasting live from SCO Summit in Astana, and we've been conducting the interview with distinguished guests and broadcasting live from the ceremonial sessions.
Yes, now you have seen another group of leaders that joined to participate in the summit of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. We will return to you later today, because here in Independence Palace in Astana we have our mobile studio of Silkway TV channel, And we will return to you later this day with more interviews with prominent and distinguished guests of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
See you later. Stay
Yes.
tuned on Silk TV channel.
See you later.